How we doing today? We're out here in Tempe Town Lake right now. I'm gonna teach you guys a thing or two about longboarding. Brought all of my longboards here, so teach you some of the basics on how to longboard, what not to do on a longboard, and the safest way to longboard. So enjoy the video. First we'll go over the kinds of longboards there are. So this is a little bit of a cruiser here, super long. It's also made of bamboo. So the good thing about a bamboo board is it actually bends and flexes while you're on it, which makes the ride a little bit smoother for you. Some of the downsides to having such a long board though is you can't turn near as fast as a smaller board here. Also, it's kind of a pain in the butt to carry around. So sometimes getting a little bit of a smaller board, you can tell compared to my foot, can turn a lot quicker, and carrying it around, super easy. Throw it around like nothing. This board right here is actually my favorite board. It's not bamboo, which is a bummer because it doesn't flex as much, but it's got really wide wheels, so it cruises really nicely, and it's also got the fishtail on it. And the fishtail on the back is pretty key because it's a little bit of a longer board as well, but you can still turn it a lot quicker with that tail, so it's kind of nice to have. Alright, now that we've gone over the specifics of a board and what you might want to look for in your personal preferences, we will now go over foot stance on the board and kind of how you want to stand yourself with your knees bent and everything. So we'll go over some of the basics on that. So you always want your non-dominant leg at the front. That way your dominant leg can push. There's a lot of people that will try to do the opposite, and they'll put their dominant leg in the back and try to push with their non-dominant leg, and that's just awkward. You're looking to send the board forward when you do that, so always stay in the front of the board. Stance wise, you want your front foot behind the front wheels, back foot right over the back wheels. Bend the knees, stay nice and comfortable, just be relaxed and ready to cruise. Alright, now that we have the proper stance on the board, non-dominant foot forward, we can get to cruising. Take a couple pushes. You want to lean over the front wheels. That way, when you're leaning back, you'll actually send the board forward. You don't want to lose the board and send it off into the distance. If anything, when you're leaning and you catch an edge or anything, it'll catch and you can hop off and the board will stay there. Leaning backwards is the worst thing because you don't want to see your board go sending off in any cars. Alright, let's do a little lesson on turning. With your feet, plant on the board how we talked about. You can just push your heels down and it'll turn to your left. And then if you want to dip your toes in, you can see that wheel turning. Dip your toes in and it'll turn to the right. Just like that. Also, like I said, the tail comes in handy because you can actually use that to turn the board even tighter. So, a little bit of an emergency turning accessory. Alright, now that we kind of have the basics down on riding, I think it's about time we cruise a little bit, get the feel for it. Alright, here we go. So there's a defining moment in every person that tries to longboard for the first time or is just learning, and it's when they hit their first hill. So I'm gonna teach you how to do that so it doesn't get screwed up and you end up hurting yourself. Alright, so the first rule about longboards and hills: the shorter the board, the squirrelier the board. The longer the board, more stable down the hill. Second rule, these are called trucks, these right here. The tighter you tighten that up, the better it'll go down a hill without getting speed wobbles. Speed wobbles will be something that you learn throughout your career of riding longboards, and it'll be where the board just starts vibrating and gets really sketchy. So the tighter the trucks you have, the less speed wobble you get as well. So This one is definitely gonna be better for this hill that we go down right now. So, now that you know a little bit about riding, you can be safe that way, but you also need to have the right equipment on. Be safe while you're riding, especially if you're just starting out. So, we'll go over that. All right, going over a couple of safety things. Obviously, helmet when you're starting out, always super key. You don't have to be one of the cool kids. It's still cool when you're not dead, so. When you first start out, I would say definitely wear a helmet. Gloves are super key. Nobody starting out on a longboard doesn't fall, so there's a 100% chance that you will eventually go down on your hands, and you'll want that cushion, that padding. So wear gloves when you longboard. A couple of things about shoes that you want to know. Taller shoes like this that aren't flat to the board, you don't have as much control of the board, you don't really know where it is. I would say stick with flatter shoes. These ones are okay. Vans definitely the best. Nice and flat to the board. You can feel everything, rides really smooth. So a couple of safety tips. So get you on the longboard, keep you safe, have fun. Thank you for watching the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I get no